All right. It's your boy OD the GM, broadcasting live from Nassau, Bahamas. Here we go. Here to talk about our Miami Dolphins. A lot of interesting news happened last day or so. But let me just talk about the Jacksonville game a little. If you guys remember the last video I spoke on, I had the score 24-23 Jacksonville. Why I believe Jacksonville would beat us is because our coaching staff is inept, especially the offensive side of the ball. Even though Tua played a great game, 329, I think, 2 TDs, he had a lot of poor throws. I think it probably was Russ. He's been out for a month. And our offense, we seem to turn one of the fastest players to come out of college this year into a possession receiver. Everything is near the line of scrimmage. We don't take deep shots. Not at all. We don't spread the offense out. We don't play key guys early. I don't understand at all what they're trying to do. And I used to think it's just me. I'm going crazy. I'm overjudging. But every single Dolphin channel I watch is the same thing. No one understands what Miami's doing on offense. Flores made a bad choice, bad hire in promoting these guys. I don't know how Studsville, honestly, is still with this team. He had respect as a running back coach a while back. He's done nothing with running back since he's been in Miami. Nothing. Jay Ajayi was a one-year wonder. There was nothing done with any running back after that. For years now, the running game sucked under him. Feel me? Gesicki, over 100 yards. When you play the man, he produces. They trying to lowball Gesicki at the end of the year. That's why they're not playing him as much as he should be played. You see? The O-line, no sacks allowed. Why? To his pocket presence. Do not think for a second that O-line played great. Tua got out of a lot of jams and made that line look good. And that's what a good quarterback is supposed to do. Make everybody around them better than they really are. I feel bad for Jalen Waddle. I know every day he's frustrated that he cannot get down the field and hit a big play, even though he had 2 touchdowns in that game. Our linebacking core, we did well. We held the Jacksonville Jaguar run game under 100 yards, I think. But the linebackers still suck. Jerome Baker, he got paid, and it isn't his ability, They're not using him the same way they did last season. I saw they started to rush him again, and he got a sack. And I was wondering, where was this all year? He got 7 sacks last season because they played him a certain way, and now they don't want to. I don't get it. Our undermanned secondary, I think, performed admirably. They did the best they can do without our 2 big paid corners being out. Byron Jones honestly should not play corner. He's not a good corner to me, especially not this season. So I did not miss him. Okay? I missed X a little, but I did not miss Byron Jones. Jason Sanders looked like he took a little step back too. And I feel it's probably the confidence that Flores has in him that may be playing on his mind a little. I don't know. But he's an all-pro kicker. 58 should be nothing for an all-pro kicker. I don't care what you say. Feel me? Flores have to stop holding these players back the way he holding Igbenogany back. How can you go from college, from being a decent corner, to getting torched in the NFL? Not even being respectable. Why? Because you get no playing time. You have no room to grow. Why is Flores holding this guy back? Even if he is not a pro bowler, he can be a respectable corner. He's a young guy. Last year he was the youngest player, period, in the league. Flores sticking him on the bench. Sometimes he don't even dress. He's a first-round pick. Mind you, a bonehead first-round pick when obviously we had bigger needs. You know, Chris Grier, and I really wanted this regime to win. But Chris Grier, I don't know if he letting Flores call these shots, telling him what he want, and he goes out there and deliver. I think that's maybe what's going on. But, I mean, these draft picks suck. If they don't suck, it has to be player development. So both these guys, GM and head coach, sucking the wind out of this team. Let the kid play. We have undrafted players playing ahead of a first-round pick. This don't look good. That bad time out to the end of the Jacksonville, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. The OCs are garbage. Garbage. Defense regress. There ain't no veterans on this team. They get rid of all the veterans. You can't win with all young guys. You need guys to stabilize your locker room and stabilize the football field. How do you let this happen? How? I don't get it. There's no. I heard Omar Kelly ask Brian Flores, where does he go in times like this? Who does he talk to on that staff that can help guide him, that has seen a lot of football? Nobody. He started beating around the bush, calling all these other guys' name and this. None of these guys have seen a lot of football, have done nothing in this league. None of the guys on your staff. You cannot continue to try to be the smartest guy in the room. You're a young coach as well. Sean McVay came in the league. I came into being a head coach. I think he had Wade Phillips on the defensive side. Veteran coach. Adam Gase, I feel like I'm looking at Adam Gase again, a very tan Adam Gase. Flores, you got to get out your own way, man. I talking to you, and you ain't gonna never hear me, but you got to get out your own way. Should have at least been 2 veteran coaches on your staff that you could have talked to. Chan Gailey should have never left. I mean, you saw the statistics. Best offense since 1986. How do you let him go and fire his whole staff? That sucks. I don't know what your problem is, but you have to look in the mirror and realize you're making enemies in the league. You got to catch yourself. And now to the news that started since Wednesday. A well-known reporter came out and said that it's imminent that Watson will land in Miami. It's gone from talks to aggressive negotiations now. And now that the Washington football team has interest in Tua, because they see the trade is going to happen and they want to get a good listen to me. Watson, Grier is wanting to make this move. Him and Flores to save their butts. They want to save their asses. They want to save their jobs. They feel they get Deshaun Watson in here, waste 3 first-round picks on Watson, and he's going to mask all the deficiencies in this team, all the poor drafting, the poor player development. He is going to mask and save their jobs. I'm here to tell you, Miami Dolphin fans, that is not true. Watson was on a poor team last year, 4-12. He got his numbers up, but they still sucked. Watson was behind a bad offensive line before and got broken ribs. Sensible people understand what I'm saying. There will be the occasional dim-witted guy who would sit down and say that's hogwash. Watson is the answer. I'm not saying he isn't the answer, but only if you get someone in here that knows what they're doing. I have never been a GM. I know it's a lot of work. But obviously, if you picking the wrong guys year after year after year, and no one was more Grier and Flores than I was, this is not good. I wouldn't believe our owner is going to allow Chris Grier to trade away more of our draft picks for a player, waste more of our draft picks, and we are going to end up in the same predicament right outside of the playoff chase. Unless some major changes are done, unless Flores gets rid of that offensive side of the ball, all of them, everybody, and bring in some veteran guys that knows how to win, that knows how to bring a good offense. It doesn't even have to be veteran guys, but you need veteran coaches there. It could be a young, bright offensive mind. Godsey in him. Studsville in him. I don't know, Charlie Fry, he just there to be to his best friend. Maybe in time he can be a good OC, but it ain't today. This is not the answer. Deshaun Watson, for some reason I feel like the minute he suits up, he'll be suspended. At least 6 games. The year is already a wash, so I guess it doesn't matter if he's suspended this year. But suppose he isn't suspended this year and the league brings down judgment again next year. Restarting the whole. Reed's net and probably a late round draft pick battling it out for the starting QB job. There's nothing. Listen, Miami fans, we've been clamoring for a quarterback for 20 years. You have a talented one staring you in the face. And a lot of draft capital still. And some talented players. Don't get me wrong. There are some talented players there. But we cannot allow this regime to keep wasting these draft picks on guys that just ain't panning out. Grier is not picking the right guys. I remember TJ Watt went after Charles Harris. Charles Harris is no longer here. TJ Watt is an all-pro player. I could go down the line and keep calling off guys we missed on. I like the way he maneuvers around the draft board and does what he has to do, but you can't maneuver and just keep picking the wrong guys. Why did you pick a tight end in the 3rd round when you needed center help, O-line help? Maybe a running back. Why did you pick a tight end? And he is not playing. Flores will not play the kid because you have 85 tight ends already. He is not better than the guys in the front of him. Why did you make this pick? Because Flores is from Boston College and this kid is from Boston College and Flores needs someone to sit on the sideline on game day and talk Boston College with him? You got to be joking. We are going to sit down and continue to let Grier make these picks, Mr. Ross? This don't make sense. I will not buy another hat, jersey, ticket, and I have to buy plane tickets as well to go and watch this team or support this team. Because every year it seems like the same foolishness. We have a half decent year every 7-8 years, and it's back to being mediocre. Not even bad enough to get the number one pick. The last time we had the number one pick, we managed to mess that up. Matt Ryan sitting on the board, we pick a left tackle. The quarterback is sitting there waiting to be picked. I still remember Mike Mayock saying he can see Matt Ryan leading a team to the Super Bowl. He said that draft night. Miami picked Jake Long. He was good for about 4 years, 5 years maybe. Matt Ryan is still good. Matt Ryan has taken the Falcons to the promised land. Kyle Shanahan might have sissy ran in that game and didn't get it done. I feel by Monday, Watson will be in Miami and Tua will be in Washington if no one beats Washington's offer. And I will be all in on my team, rooting for them every Sunday, no matter who's the quarterback. But I feel this regime has put us in a hole. And someone needs to finish now what they've started. Someone who knows what they're doing. Because these guys ain't it. Maybe Flores for another year if he can get the offensive side of the ball correct. But Grier, I don't believe we're going to let him waste more picks. We're going to get excited for these players draft night, and they're going to prove to us on the field that they are not the picks to make. This is OD the GM. Weagle Link. Almost forgot to make my prediction. I think this is a get-right game for Calvin Ridley. I don't care who's guarding him. This is a get-right game for Calvin Ridley. Kyle Pitts, I don't think he's going to have a monster game, but he's going to put up a decent stat line. I think Atlanta's going to be able to run the ball a little, over 100 yards on the day. I think Tua is going to play well. I think he'll have 2 touchdowns and maybe a rushing touchdown. But I think Atlanta's going to win this game on the road 28-24. And that's my prediction for that game.